What's up, YouTube? We are gonna react to a video called How Good Were the Last 25 Ballon d'Or Winners?
And let's see if all of them were fair.
The Ballon d'Or is an award given to the best football player in the world that year. It's the greatest individual award in football, and only a few players ever managed to get their hands on it. But how good were the winners actually? Did they really deserve to win it, or did they rob it from someone else? So, we're going to look at the last 25 winners and find out
Yo, this video is wild already.
exactly how good these players were. And if we roll back the clock to 1998, a 26-year-old Zinedine Zidane was handed the award whilst playing for Juventus. During the domestic season, he played a total of 48 games, scoring 11 and assisting 15. But Zidane was the type of player that went beyond just statistics because he was renowned for his elegance on the ball, his vision, and his tech.
No. It's already started bad. So you're telling me he had those stats, but he was a different player beyond statistics. But Messi and Ronaldo were only measured by statistics. That's crazy. So technically, if it wasn't based on the statistics, they should have won in other years too.
Technical ability. With Juventus, he didn't actually win anything but got very close, finishing the Serie A in second place and losing the Champions League final to Real Madrid. But what sealed the award for Zidane were his performances at international level during the 1998 World Cup. Zidane was the best player in his French team as he led them to the World Cup final and then turned up in the biggest game in world football, scoring 2 goals in the final to defeat Brazil 3-0, leading France to their first ever World Cup title, which is the game that rightfully guaranteed him the Ballon d'Or. But what
That makes sense.
a year later, the Ballon d'Or was given to the Brazilian legend Rivaldo whilst he was tearing it up in Barcelona, helping them secure the La Liga title that year. In the 98-99 season, he scored 29 and assisted 18 goals in 48 matches, meaning he had more goal contributions than games that year. In terms of club performances, this year's award could have probably gone the way of David Beckham, who was the star for Man United as he won the treble that year. But Rivaldo gained the edge on international duty as Brazil won the Copa America in that summer, meaning Beckham would only finish runner-up in the ranking.
What have you been telling people many times? International has way more weight than trebles, but people don't seem to get that. Ronaldo loading 2025.
Rivaldo's stellar form all season was alongside his teammate Luis Figo, who would pick up the award in 2000 after an extremely controversial transfer to rivals Real Madrid. But despite winning the Ballon d'Or in a Real Madrid shirt, it's what he did at Barcelona that probably sealed it for him, as that's where he became the best player in the world. One of his Barcelona teammates described playing with Figo like this: "Our plan was simple. Give the ball to Luis, he never ever hit. And that's how they won football matches." Then his move to Real Madrid was part of their
And you see the goal here already?
the world. One of his
He was still playing not too long ago.
Barcelona teammates described playing with Figo like this: "Our plan was simple. Give the ball to Luis, he never ever hit. And that's how they won football matches." Then his move to Real Madrid was part of their Galactico strategy, which saw them scoop up all of Europe's top talents, and it seemingly worked, as the year he signed for Real Madrid, he lifted the La Liga title with them, meaning he won it back-to-back with 2 different clubs, proving that he was the difference, especially in the big moments with crucial goals. But in 2001, the award left La Liga and made its way to the Premier League as Michael Owen became the second youngest player to ever win the Ballon d'Or, being named the best player in the world at only 22 years of age. Owen became only the 4th English player to win the award, beating out Raul, who came in second place. In the Premier League,
Wait, what's this controversy here? I'm waiting.
Owen helped Liverpool finish 3rd place, chipping in with 16 goals and some stellar performances, even landing him the Young Player of the Year award. But what won him his Ballon d'Or was the treble he won. Well, not a real treble, as much as Liverpool fans say it was. More of a baby treble. But anyway, he won the FA Cup, the League Cup, and the UEFA Cup, being at the core of all victories.
How? No Champions League, no Premier League.
Hey,
specifically
he wanted trouble.
in the FA Cup final, where he scored two late goals to secure Liverpool's comeback against Arsenal, winning the game 2-1. On the international stage, Owen had his best game in an England shirt in a World Cup qualifying match where he was part of a 5-1 demolition of Germany, scoring a hat-trick in this game. Now, there was
Qualifying game. No.
slight controversy this year, as many argued Raul should have won the award, but I wouldn't consider this a robbery compared
The person that made this video is wilding.
as many argued Raul should have won the award, but I wouldn't consider this a robbery compared to what's coming up later in the video, because there are some serious question marks over the future Ballon d'Or. But in 2002, there was no dispute around who deserved the award, because the Ballon d'Or was handed to Ronaldo Nazario, who made the greatest career comeback ever to win it. Ronaldo started 2002 injured and had been injured for almost 2 full seasons, and it was looking like his career was over at Inter Milan. Towards the end of the 01-02 season, Ronaldo managed to get fit and return back to his best for the end of the season, showing his exceptional dribbling, explosive pace, and clinical finishing once again. These performances were enough to get him a call-up for the 2002 World Cup, which is where he proved himself on the biggest stage of them all. He scored in all of Brazil's group games, the round of 16, and the semi-final. He carried Brazil to the final against Germany, which they won 2-0, where obviously Ronaldo scored both goals to finish the tournament off with a
He scored in all the games.
That's definitely deserved. Deserved.
8 goals as he became the all-time record goal scorer in the competition. This form earned him a Galactico move to Real Madrid, where he scored twice on his debut and continued his scoring form for the rest of the season, which deservedly placed him at the top of that year's Ballon d'Or ranking. But a player who did not deserve the Ballon d'Or as clearly was the 2003 winner, who was the Juventus superstar Pavel Nedved. Now, don't get me wrong, Nedved was a glorious football player and was truly one of the best in the
Tell
world.
us.
His never say die attitude and his ability on the ball is what set him apart from most football players and made him a football icon. But he just wasn't the best in 2003. Nedved was instrumental in Juventus' Serie A win and was a key player in Juventus' run-up to the Champions League final, which they lost to AC Milan. But there was one player that year who was arguably even better, and that was Thierry Henry, who was at the peak of his powers for Arsenal, scoring 24 goals and assisting 25, becoming the only player in Premier League history to get 20 plus in both goals and assists in a single season. But it looks like he was snubbed for the award, and this wasn't the only time that he could have won it, because in 2004 there was this
Holy shoot. So someone won it by his one in the Italian league? I'm so confused. By winning baby trebles? I'm curious to hear this next story.
same debate around Henry, but this time the award was given to Andriy Shevchenko whilst playing for AC Milan. Shevchenko finished the 03-04 season as the Serie A top scorer and was the main man for AC Milan, lifting the league title in the process. He was rapid, clinical, and somehow
He just said league title. He still just said league title.
was always in the right place at the right time to knock the ball in the net, but many fans still argue that he didn't deserve the Ballon d'Or this year, some going as far to say that he didn't even deserve the top 3, with Thierry Henry, Ronaldinho, and Deco being the 3 players who outperformed him in 2004. Henry went invincible with Arsenal and finished the year as the top scorer in all of Europe. Deco won the treble, including the Champions League with Porto in a fairy tale run, scoring 9 and assisting 25, and Ronaldinho had a debut season in Barcelona like no other, which saw him win the FIFA Player of the Year award. But within just 1 year, Ronaldinho wouldn't care, because he then
What?
So Henri got robbed twice.
That's crazy work. See, now I get why Henry, every time they ask him a question, he would always say, "Nah, now, in my younger years, I'll juke that player." I never knew this happened.
I think that was the only thing Henri didn't win the
Oh, you're
Ballon d'Or. I
right.
think he got a
Oh,
World Cup, right?
he got a World Cup. He got a Champions League with Barca.
He got La Liga with
He
Barca.
he won a Premier League. Oh no, I guess he never did that.
I think he won Premier League.
Hmm.
It was when Arsenal went invincible, I
Oh,
think.
that's right. That's right. Damn. So you're telling me he didn't win it twice because he played for Arsenal? Like what happened? So I guess giving it to Messi in 2023 for a World Cup and the French league, it's not so bad when they give it to someone for just winning the Italian league. Haaland, you're not alone.
Was this the Mafia at its highest power? No, 2003, 2004.
I mean, I heard your players won it for winning the Italian trophy.
And both of those guys were playing in Italy.
And I'm gonna be honest. All the names I have heard, Neb did, I heard that name, but I don't know who that was. I just know he got a one Ballon d'Or. I never knew how. Shevchenko, I was like, I know those names. I never knew they won Ballon d'Or.
All pretty good players, but it didn't sound like some were deserved Ballon
Well, look
d'Or.
at the crazy one. Deco had a treble with Porto.
And 6 goals, 25 assists.
The Player of the Year award.
And then Ronaldinho was like, I don't really care.
But within just 1 year, Ronaldinho wouldn't care because he then rightfully won the Ballon d'Or in 2005 as he produced some of the most magical performances
The commentator is pretty funny. The way he's like doing shots and videos. He's doing a great job of that. And this one, Ronaldinho rightfully won it.
football has ever seen. At 25 years old, Ronaldinho was at the peak of his powers playing in Barcelona, scoring 24 goals and assisting 23 throughout the calendar year. But if there was ever a player that was more than just statistics, it was the Brazilian magician himself. Every time he stepped foot onto the pitch, he played with a smile on his face and played to entertain. This year, he was the driving force behind Barcelona's La Liga victory, which was their first league title after a long drought in the league.
I mean, tell me someone who's gonna say Ronaldinho didn't deserve it, even if he just won La Liga.
The most memorable match this year was when Ronaldinho faced off against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, and Barcelona beat them 3-0 with 2 goals from Ronaldinho. His performance
Wait.
that day was so spectacular.
So Ronaldinho had both goals and assists in the 20s. And
24 and 23.
he also got a trophy, so comparable to Henri's stats. One got Ballon d'Or, one didn't. Man.
No comment.
That the Real Madrid fans actually applauded him, which made him only the second Barcelona player to ever receive applause from the Madrid fans. The first was Diego Maradona, placing Ronaldinho in some good company. Interestingly enough, this was also the year that Lionel Messi made his way into Barcelona's first team, who, as I'm sure you know, will be speaking about
You don't need to bring it out, just keep moving to the
a lot
list.
soon, but not quite yet, because 2006 saw Fabio Cannavaro become only the third defender in football history to win the award. Not only was Cannavaro the third defender in history to win the Ballon d'Or, but he's a 5'9" defender, which truly
I don't want to hear no defenders saying
makes his performance on the pitch even more spectacular, as most defenders rely on their size to make the difference, whereas he didn't need all that. He had just mastered the art of defending. He was a rock during the season for Juventus, where they won the Serie A title, although this was later stripped off of him for the Calciopoli cheating scandal. But anyway, that's not where he secured his Ballon d'Or, because that was done in the summer during the 2006 World Cup.
Oh, okay, I was about to say.
At 33 years old, Cannavaro captained Italy to a historic World Cup victory, only conceding 2 goals in the entire tournament, one of which was a penalty. Those performances landed him a Galactico move to Real Madrid, and
Only 2 goals against Italy in a World Cup stage.
That was when they were at their peak. Like Italy just playing defensive football, strong defensively.
Alright, defenders, those who say that they don't take you serious. He allowed 2 goals in World Cup. You can only allow 10 during the season.
And after continuing his form in Spain, he was awarded the Ballon d'Or for being the best player in the entire world and the last defender we're going to see on this list, because the next Ballon d'Or was given to an attacking midfielder by the name of Ricardo Kaká. The 25-year-old
I think we'll stop right there and then we'll continue there next time. So what do you think so far?
Those were two crazy robberies.
And even the Michael Owen. I like you, I think, at least.
Yeah, that too.
I don't know, man. The craziest is the ones who are like, they won the Italian Cup or the League in Italy and they won Ballon d'Or. And I'm like, what? So I guess Ronaldo could win it, right? 30 something goals, Al Nassr, and then he has goals in the Nations League knockout stages, European qualifiers, and now the Nations League, and 2 goals semi-final and final. According to the stats, sorry Dembele, sorry Deco, sorry Henry. I'm just saying, I'll leave it like this. Anyone who watched football in the maybe 80s, but definitely 90s and after, who like actually watched those matches, are best players in the world. And this ones we watched this year's, do you think all were deserved and given rightfully? I guess because they won it one time, people don't care. I guess because Messi and Ronaldo won it so many times, people cared in their rivalry. I'm assuming. But those who actually were there during that time, do you think there were other players who deserve it more than the ones who won it? I'm just curious.